Hi! Today I want to talk to you guys about some of the upcoming book to movie adaptations in the first half of 2016. I do these videos mostly because I really enjoy reading the book before I see the film, and very often you get caught off guard when a film comes out and you wish you would have known about the film a couple of months before. So stay tuned and you'll be in the know, except that some of the films are coming out this month, so you might need to hurry up. The first one I want to talk about is Room by Emma Donoghue. I didn't realise that this had already been out in the US for quite a while. It came out in November apparently, but the tube posters are just starting to show up in London, so it's coming out on January 15th. I talked about this in my most recent book haul. This is a book about a young woman and her son who have been basically kidnapped and put into this little room or shed, and the son was actually born in that shed, and so his mom has been trying to protect him by not letting him know that anything exists outside of Room. I haven't read the book yet, but I did go see an advanced screening of the film. It's the sort of film that you want to bring like a little pack of tissues to. Since I really enjoyed the film, I think I'll be reading the book as well. By the way, the author Emma Donoghue wrote the screenplay for the film as well. Then next up, The Revenant. This is out on January 8th in the US and January 15th in the UK. I actually don't know when this video will be posted, so apologies if it is posted slightly after these films have come out. Some of the people in this film: Leonardo DiCaprio, Donald Gleason, Tom Hardy. The story of this is sort of around the trappers of the Rocky Mountain Fur Company. One of them gets attacked and is about to die, and two of the men are ordered to stay behind with him, but they leave him for dead because they're scared they're gonna get attacked, and then he survives and comes back for revenge. I watched the trailer for this and it looks like a lot of men beating each other up in the forest. Not entirely sure if I'll be seeing this film, but I've got the book if I want to read it before I do. Next up is a young adult one. It is The Fifth Wave by Yancey, coming out on January 15th in the US and January 22nd in the UK. I am currently halfway through this. This is a book about aliens taking over the world and about a girl who is basically left behind after 4 different waves of alien attacks. She's by herself trying to survive, trying to find back her little brother. It's written a little bit sort of less straightforward than a lot of young adult books are written, so it has some switching between different characters, it has some sort of mysterious bits. This is exactly the kind of stuff that I like, so I'm going to finish this and definitely see the film, which stars Chloe Moretz, by the way. The next one is one that I could have sworn I had the book for, and I had it at some point, but I must have gotten rid of it, I guess. It is Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, which is coming out on February 5th in the US and February 12th in the UK, and it is basically an adaptation of Pride and Prejudice but featuring zombies. If you're a huge Pride and Prejudice fan, or you couldn't get through Pride and Prejudice and you want to read a slightly different version, then this might be one for you. And then Allegiant. It's coming out halfway through March, both in the US and the UK. This is the final book in the Divergent series. I really enjoyed the first film. I thought the second one was okay. I haven't read the third one yet, though I do know one of the spoilers, which I don't really mind in this case. Someone told me that they were splitting this one up, the film, but looking on IMDb it doesn't look like it. I think the trailer's been released already. These are really quick reads, so even if you've seen the other films and you want to go see the last one, you haven't read the books yet, you can easily start now and finish them all before March. This is definitely one that's gonna split a lot of opinions. Then there is Through the Looking Glass, which will be out on May 27th, which is obviously the second part of, this penguin bind-up that I have of Alice in Wonderland, which is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and then Through the Looking Glass. As far as I can tell, it's the sequel to the Alice in Wonderland film that came out a couple of years ago. If you haven't read Alice in Wonderland yet, I think the text surpasses any of the adaptations. It's so good and I can highly recommend you read it. And then finally there is Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. This one I think is coming out in June, but I don't know if the date is still moving around a bit. It's super famous. Over 5 million copies have been sold worldwide. As far as I know, it's a love story, which is not something I read a lot of, but I'm excited to dig into this and then check out the trailer when it comes out. Okay, so those are some of the book to movie adaptations that were coming out in the first half of 2016. Let me know if you're planning on reading any of these or seeing any of the films, and I will talk to you guys later. Doei!